NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And here we go on EA Sports. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
You remember what he did last week? Kind of worked in support of and against at times a winning effort. You'll take 3 touchdowns every single week and twice on Sunday. All those turnovers, can't have them. They eventually catch up to you. This time it was a win, but a repeat this week with all those mistakes, long odds.
Throwing on their first play. Rolling left, buying some time. Now here he goes. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Putting the tight end in motion. From the 37. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he gets back to the line, but no more. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
On now comes their punter. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And it'll be their 2nd-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Laporta with the grab. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're throwing it. Finds Laporta. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get an even 10 on that play. And it sets up first down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Gets his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. 4-step. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will get them on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 6 coming up here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Short pass brought in.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
To throw here on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes them. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground. he was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He's going to throw this one. The lateral goes haywire. Live ball. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep the football, but lose a significant amount of yardage on the play. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. Pass play now. He's on the move. He's running for it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. So before this is punted away, officials stepping in. Looks like a timeout was called by the receiving team. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. This offense getting all set for this series. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Wilson on the shotgun handoff. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's got it over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Setting up a throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now looking to throw. That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. We're at the end of one in a defensive showdown that has lived up to its billing thus far. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
3. Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Now outruns their offense to take over. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First throw for the backup now. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Another try following the sack. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. 3rd and 4 coming up now. They send a receiver in motion right. 3rd down from the gun. Caught by his back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return starts at the 3. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Slot man in motion left. 2nd and 10 now. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Blown back gets the handoff. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Throwing now on 1st down. He finds Laporta. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. Here's the lone back on the handoff. Has a lane past the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives them the 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Here comes their offense out again. And coming off a 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Play action on first down. Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And this one does not go far. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with third down and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
They'll try and throw it here. That's caught for the first. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Sending the tight end in motion left. To throw it on first down. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second and 3 now.
Brings up second and 3 at the 47-yard line.
From the 47. Setting up the running back screen. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The tight end going in motion right. Handoff now from the gun. And this one doesn't go far. Only gets a yard there to make it second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll throw it. Wilson's got it. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Able to get it to Moore. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give him a first down. He's dropping back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Moore's got it. And that will not be enough for a first down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he drives this forward to the 6. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. He'll throw it yet again. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Wilson. Can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play.
And he's in for the touchdown. These guys tie it just before halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. and they'll take the lead. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So at halftime, each side getting its points in. We've got a 7-6 score. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan, gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the third quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And their defense. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Airing it out to start this drive. Laporta with the grab.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's all the way to the edge and out of bounds along the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
To the air, 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. The rookie from Penn State makes the play. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
Their offense ready to take the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They go play action on first. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease. The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And they'll have first down. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on second and short. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
And he makes the catch. The two-point conversion try is good.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Connects on the crosser. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They're now set for 1st and 10. Back to throw now. They get to him and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise and you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Motioning the tight end now. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Short pass brought in, and he gets this forward to the 19. They get 6 and a first down as well. From the red zone now. He's got a man left. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Play action on first down. Look, this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback,
pressure's there, and he goes down again. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback, there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on third down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
So now, here's third and goal. They'll send him over right. Here he is on third and long. That's into the hands of Moore.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Finds Laporta. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another carry for him. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd and less than a yard. Back to the well again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds a seam down the middle. He does it, touchdown! I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And his guys push their lead to 3. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He finds Laporta. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35. 2nd and 3 now. Hand off to the back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down. Dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Jump off caught by his back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. He'll throw it yet again. Dumped off to his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. They go play action here. He's got it near the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal. Option play now. He's headed right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
He's on the move. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Gets out of trouble, but he can't evade that one, and they get him to the ground. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
Kate, I totally get it. Could take a little more risk knowing a field goal's in the back pocket, but still, that is so disappointing offensively. Not even able to get the throw off and give yourself a chance at a touchdown.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Able to get it to Moore. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run it from the gun. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys don't want to see this one go to overtime. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He'll throw it. Hauled in left side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker. Dumps it off to his running back. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now to throw. Hits him on the out route. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They give it to him again. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. This a 54-yarder. That kick is no good. Oh, he mishit it. And late in the 4th, we stay tied.
Well, they got the chance to kick a potential game winner, Kate, and that's all that kicker wanted, a chance. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. And all he can hope now, tie game late here, is that his counterpart across the way, warming up in that kicking net, well, he doesn't get the chance to end it himself.
Now this offense getting set to work here. And they need to get it to at least that 40-yard line to have a shot at the game winner. But there's enough time remaining to work it even closer if things go right. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's going to touch. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And they jump on top of it. Ooh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake this late in the game. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut.
Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. Went to the oh-well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
They'll try this extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7.
17.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Back out runs their offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll look to throw it. And will he? No, he they take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It was a great effort from our winners as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.